Let's talk about the fastest way to get rid of acne.
Today we're going to learn about how to get rid of acne overnight.
Today I'm going to share with you my 4 secrets to get rid of acne forever.
In today's video, you guys are going to learn how to eliminate acne and pimples effectively and quickly.
Wow, there are a lot of people saying they can cure our acne. It's honestly a little bit overwhelming. Where do we even start? In this video, I've gone through all of those videos for you so I can tell you what really does work to get rid of your acne. Okay, first off, let's get through the things that are dangerous that people are saying you should try to get rid of your acne in those videos that you actually should not do because they're either bad, can scar your face up, or honestly, a lot of these actually just make your acne worse. So let's get through these don'ts first. Please don't use toothpaste to get rid of your acne. People will say to put it on spots overnight. Don't do that. It irritates your acne and will actually make your acne worse. Don't pop your pimples, especially with your fingers, because what can happen is you can actually pop the pimple underneath the skin and this makes it swell up and get even larger. Don't use band-aids. A lot of people will say to put a band-aid over your face. I'll get to this. There's a lot better of a method, but don't just use band-aids that you use for cuts on your face. The adhesive itself is terrible for your pores. Don't over-cleanse. A lot of us have it in our brains that having acne means you have dirty skin, and so the more you can cleanse it, the better it's gonna be, but actually over-cleansing your skin will cause irritation and dryness, which will cause an overproduction of the oil that's making acne happen. Don't use scrubs. We hear about exfoliating our face being really good, but using physical scrubs like the St. Ives apricot scrub and really harshly scratching your skin up actually causes it to have more acne because it gets irritated and inflamed. Avoid this. And finally, don't use those pimple and blackhead vacuums that you literally suck the goo out of your face. It looks cool in those little Instagram reel clips, but actually it's terrible for your pores and causes a lot of damage. Okay, now let's get into what we actually can do to improve our acne. When you watch all of these different videos on YouTube, there are about 100 different tips, and really we want to use the tips that actually make an impact. We don't want to waste our time with the other 95 things out of the 100 list that maybe would help, maybe won't, but really are just going to waste a lot of time and money. So I've broken this down into 3 sections. Things that help on top of your skin, things below your skin that will help, and lifestyle changes. Okay, now let's start with the things on top of your skin that will help improve your acne, and I try to prioritize these by what is most effective. So the first thing is you want to use benzoyl peroxide or salicylic acid 1 to 2 times a day on your skin. This is really effective for getting rid of dirt, bacteria, oil, also improving the flow of oil out of your pores so your skin doesn't get clogged and cause acne. You want to try this out by starting with 1. You can move up to 2, see how your face reacts. Some people, it's a little bit too harsh for their sensitive skin, so 1 times might be the appropriate amount for you. Listen, this next one is so important. Even if you have oily skin, use a moisturizer, especially after using benzoyl peroxide or salicylic acid. The reason why is because those will strip the oil off your face, and what will happen is your sebaceous glands will go into overproduction and create more oil than needed because it feels so dry, and effectively it'll just make you extra oily by not using a moisturizer. That's gonna equal more acne, especially if you're prone to having clogged pores. In addition to this, having moist skin is going to prevent having dead skin cells clog your pores, so moisturize 1 to 2 times a day as well. Number 3, if you've never heard of this is going to be life-changing for you. Check out something called hydrocolloid bandages. These basically go on your skin, and what they do is suck out fluid. So if you're prone to having cystic acne or acne that just has a lot of, goo in it, like those pimples, like the whiteheads, put those on top of it, and overnight it'll suck a lot of that goo out. This is actually one of the things that can overnight cure your acne. Finally, I put this at the bottom of this section. Sunblock is so important because UV rays can cause a lot of disruption in your skin. It can cause sensitivity, inflammation, and in general, you just want to take care of your skin for the long run, but this will actually improve your acne, especially if you are prone to having acne from sun exposure. Now that's it for that section. You might be thinking, Brian, there are so many different products. How come you're only mentioning 4 things for the on top of the skin section? And the reason why is because yes, there are tons of different products and ingredients that are proven by science to help improve acne. Finally, a really important ingredient is glycolic acid. This has been proven in a ton of different studies to help improve mild to moderate acne. This is a chemical exfoliation. Exfoliation is so good for sloughing off dead skin cells that oftentimes will clog your pores and cause acne. And so getting those gone off your face is really important, but you have to do it in a way that is good for your skin. And physical exfoliation, where you're scrubbing your face, causes way too much irritation and actually can cause scarring, whereas chemical exfoliation, like a good glycolic acid, will help to improve your flow of sebum fluid, that oil, out of your skin so it doesn't get clogged. It'll take off the dead skin cells and it'll actually improve your acne scars as well. So that's it for the on top of the skin section of this video. And I know what you're thinking, Brian, there are so many freaking products out there, so many good ingredients and just different things that you can use for your skin. How come you've only mentioned 5 here? And the reason why is because yes, a lot of those ingredients do have science behind them that they do work, but I want to make this simple because these are the most impactful things that you can do. You start here, see what improves your face, and then after you find what one of these or what combination of these things has improved your skin, then you can start dabbling with the other ingredients. But those things are gonna have so much of less of an impact than the things I've just mentioned. So those should be afterthoughts. Those should be supplements to what you're doing here with the main regimen. Okay, now let's move to the below the skin section. Now, if you've done any research with acne, you know that there are a lot of things that you can do on top of your skin, like we just talked about, but a lot of the reasons that we have acne, the sources of acne, are from the internal side of things. So that's things that you eat or things that are happening with your organs or inflammation, right? So basically this is attacking it from both sides, the top and the bottom. So I know you know I'm gonna talk about food. So let's just get over the food stuff. Really, we wanna be eating basic foods. And that's just another way of saying whole foods. You wanna stay away from processed foods that's already been made for you. You wanna stay away from fast food. You wanna stay away from chips and bagged things. The more often you can make your own meals, potatoes, rice, beans, that kind of stuff, the better your body is going to function overall. And honestly, by eating more whole foods, you're gonna have a lot less inflammation just because your body's made to eat whole foods, but also a lot of those packaged foods have a lot of extra weird things in them, like preservatives, which can really mess with your gut. And for a lot of people, gut inflammation is the reason they have acne. So along with that, you also wanna cut out greasy foods, things that have like tons of fat in them, deep fried foods, things like that. And you also wanna avoid really sugary foods, just eating, you know, ice cream and candies and just things that are laden with sugar like soda and that kind of stuff. We wanna stay away from that kind of stuff. And finally, to end this little food talk, try to get more fruits and vegetables in. Naturally, you're gonna get a lot more fiber, which is really, really good for your gut, but also you're gonna get a lot of things in fruits and vegetables you can't get anywhere else. Phytonutrients, antioxidants, polyphenols, all of these things are extremely good for your health, but also for being anti-inflammatory. And that's something that we really wanna hammer on when we're trying to get rid of our acne. So last couple tips in this section, you wanna hydrate more, you wanna avoid drinking things that aren't water, try to drink purely just water if you can, and try to drink a good amount of it so that you aren't peeing bright yellow all day. You're also gonna wanna avoid alcohol. They've proven many a times in so many different studies that alcohol is directly linked to acne, as well as gut inflammation. And so if you can, try to lower the amount of alcohol you're taking in to a less frequent amount per month, or if you can get rid of it entirely, that's going to be so good for your progress. And finally, this one is really important, but I put it at the bottom because it's different for everybody. Food allergies. This one is a little bit different because everybody has a different set of foods that work well or don't work well for them. There's really no easy way to find this out without doing like a deep blood test that tells you what works for your blood type. But an easy way to do this is if you tend to feel weird after eating a certain type of food, try eliminating that for a week or 2 weeks and see if it improves. If that's, you know, super greasy food, if that's a certain type of meat, or if it's, you know, something like gluten perhaps, or spicy foods, there's like a million different things, right? I'm just thinking of a couple, but like literally hundreds of different foods that different people do not do well with. You need to try and get rid of that for a week and see if it improves your acne, because having food allergies and eating those things, you might tolerate it decently well, but you're causing inflammation in your gut, and the inflammation is going to translate into more acne. All right, are you still with me? I know this is a decent amount of information, but I really tried to get everything into one video. And if you even just try a couple of these things, not all of them, you should see a pretty good improvement, and then you can figure out what really works best for you. So final section is lifestyle changes. The first thing is to try and get more and higher quality sleep. The reason why is when you don't get enough sleep, or it's not very high quality, you release a lot of a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is so bad for a bazillion different things in your body, your immune system, but it also causes you to have a lot of acne. A lot of people will talk about having like stress acne, or if you got a big presentation or something like that, or you're really nervous for a dance or a date or something, you'll get those stress pimples. I know you've had them. I've had them a million times. Had them at my winter formal. It happened, right? So getting better sleep is gonna mean you have less of that cortisol in your blood. And the best way to do this is to stop looking at screens an hour before you go to bed. Make sure you're well hydrated throughout the day. Exercising can really help because you'll be tired for bed. And finally, for me, having a blindfold or blackout curtains so that everything is completely black, there's no lights coming into my face, that helps me sleep significantly better. Next up, like I mentioned, exercise regularly. This is gonna help not only with your cortisol and your sleep, but it's also gonna help with your hormone regulation. A lot of times we don't have the natural production of testosterone and estrogen that we're supposed to because of a lot of different factors, but exercise is one of the main ones. So even if you're just doing a few sessions a week of a bit of cardio, maybe 3-4 sessions of 15-20 minutes cardio, or if you can, getting a little bit of strength training in there as well, it's going to help regulate your hormones heavily, and it's going to help a lot. You'll probably also feel a lot better too. Number 3 is reduce stress, and that can be done in so many different ways. So I'm not really gonna make a video about this because I've done it before. There's a lot of different ways to reduce stress, but I think you know a lot of your personal ways to reduce stress. Do healthy things, right? Don't really release your stress by like drinking alcohol or something like that. But you know, you could meditate, go out for a walk before you go to bed, you know, call a friend that makes you laugh, just things like that. Stop worrying so much about what you can't control and stuff the phone and stop watching the news because those things are stressful. And finally, these are a little less common, but on a person-to-person basis, this can be the entire cause of people's acne. So I wanted to mention this. The first one is birth control and IUDs. A lot of people will find out that after they start birth control, they immediately start breaking out, and especially with cystic acne. This is just because you're having a lot of hormonal changes. You're having foreign, substances inside of your body, and that can cause a reaction of basically creating a ton more sebum or facial oil that causes acne. And the other thing is shaving cream and shavers. You might not think about this, but a lot of the shaving cream that you're using is not really made for people with sensitive acne prone skin. It's just made to be the best thing to help get a close shave. And so a lot of times, finding a better shaving cream that works better for you can help. But what has really helped me is not using an actual metal shaver and shaving cream, but instead using an electric beard trimmer. This causes you basically not to have as close of a shave, which is actually a good thing because it won't irritate your skin, it won't pull on the pimples that you already have, and you don't have to use a shaving cream, which can cause a lot of irritation. All right, listen, this is the basic ultimate list of how to get rid of your acne effectively. But like I said, there are so many other things. On my channel, I cover a lot of these extra tips, but I wanted to give you a great starting point without having to waste your time going through all those videos and trying the things that don't work, like I mentioned earlier in the video. I'm somebody who has had extremely severe acne, and I've been able to really figure out what works for me, and acne is a personal thing. So for every single person, it is going to be highly individualized, and not everything is going to sweepingly help everybody. This is why I make an acne program called the Acne Method that helps you to find what's causing your acne so that you can easily, with the program, create a personalized plan to get rid of your acne as fast as possible so you can stop wasting time, you can stop using products that aren't working and are wasting your money, and you can get back to having the clear skin that you've been trying to get for such a long time. Go check it out at theacnemethod.com. And if you're looking for my suggestion, my favorite skincare products like the cleanser and the glycolic acid that I talked about in this video, check out Banish. You can go to banishbrian.com. You can get a discount of $5 with Brian5. You can get the All Clear Mint Cleanser, which is a great light sensitive cleanser for your face that you can use multiple times a day. You can also use the pumpkin enzyme mask to get a glycolic acid. The whole skincare line is made to help people with mild to moderate acne, as well as help improve people with acne scarring, which it has helped me with a ton at this point. So there you go, guys. I hope this was helpful. I always want to steer you in the right direction because as somebody who has had acne, I feel for you and I want to help you get to the point where you're happy with your skin as soon as possible. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know your thought in the comments below. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And remember, you are not alone, you are beautiful, and you're part of Team Acne. I'll see you guys in the very next video.